Hey, it's Anthony Gordo here, aka Starlord. I was just surfing the web and I ran into some interesting news. Tencent and the Guillemot brothers have reported communicating in regards to the acquisition of Ubisoft. Wow. This is according to several sources, including Forbes and Bloomberg magazine. And on top of that, the Ubisoft market shares have increased 31% as of Friday due to news that caused the market to surge all of a sudden. Now, as you may not know, the Guillemot brothers are the guys that actually own Ubisoft, even though Ubisoft is a publicly traded company. The Guillemot brothers own a majority of the shares, which still technically make them majority owners of the company. Several factors may have led to this, including poor sales and constant delays of Skull and Bone. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon also received poor reception with technical issues on release, as well as straying away from the traditional Ghost Recon formula, utilizing one player instead of a team. Of course, this was fixed in later releases, but this is one of those cases where damage was done before anything could be fixed. And now, after all is said and done, Ubisoft may turn into Ubisoft. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but Ubisoft apparently means present everywhere, which is equivalent to ubiquitous, which is short for Ubi, and also means the same thing. I really don't know how I feel about this. I feel like China is Sauron right now. I feel like apps like TikTok, Black Myth Wukong, and all these other games are just one of few rings China is giving to the Western world for us to just cozy up and throw our money at. Then when our economy goes to crap, China will clench their hands when we are feeling the most vulnerable. And it's sad China is winning our hearts by giving us what we want, when the corporate Western world is still finding it hard to figure out what we want in games because greed still shrouds them. And it's painful because I grew up on Ubisoft since I was in the 7th grade, maybe the 8th grade. Rainbow Six came out when I was in middle school. My favorite game around that time was Metal Gear Solid, so I loved everything stealth. Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, Far Cry, Splinter Cell, all stealth games. They took pride in stealth. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I loved Far Cry 6. Most people hated it, but I loved it. Ubisoft could have stuck with the same strategy and game mechanics, marking enemies on the map, stealth or guns blazing, and simply just changed the story. And I would have still played. I really loved Assassin's Creed Valhalla too. I don't know what it is, but I always been a Ubisoft fan. However, there were things that turned me off. They invested in a lot of motorsports, which was a very bad idea. You got games like Forza and Gran Turismo out there, not to mention Need for Speed. And yeah, that's been crap lately, but they still wrote off their own name. That's EA for you. They write off their own brand name. The success they used to be. If Ubisoft is going down, then I know EA is going down next. Ubisoft said in a statement that it would inform the market if and when appropriate. A spokesperson for the company declined to further comment when asked by Reuters whether the company had received any approach from potential bidders. So, as of right now, Ubisoft is not even making comments on their own current games and future projects because they're very well going to sell the company. Doesn't even matter if it's Tencent. Doesn't even matter if Tencent is in the first stage of buying the company or not. It really doesn't matter. Because if it's not going to be Tencent, it's going to be someone else like Sony, Apple, or Amazon. I am surprised Amazon hasn't shown interest since they had a great relationship, a great partnership with Luna and Ubisoft Plus. Yeah, it's a wrap. Ubisoft is gone. As of right now, there really is no further development, guys. There are a lot of streamers out there trying to jump the gun on the news by saying Tencent has already purchased Ubisoft. Don't believe the crap. They're just clickbaiting. But I'd really like to know what you guys think. Do you think Ubisoft should be purchased by Tencent? Would you prefer another company? If so, who would it be? I'd really like to know what you guys think. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. You guys be safe out there in the verse.